All right, everybody. So I'm going to videotape how quickly we can get the intake manifold off, lower intake, to get to this oil cooler in the oil filter reservoir. Oil filter housing on the 3.6 liter Pentastar V6. This is just a video. I mean, I'll try to walk through a little bit of it with you. This is just to show you how quickly you can realistically do it if you've got some mechanical skills. I've already taken the intake tubing off, which was just an intake clamp, popping it off the thing right here, unclipping the sensor and the airbox, of course. So this is on a 2015 Ram 1500, the V6 in it. So I'll tell you what, now that I've already got this intake system off, I had started the video before, but had a neighbor stop by and had to stop the video. But I've disconnected the battery, taken the intake off, and we'll go from here. Makes a lot of sense if you do your own work on your vehicles to get an auto ratchet. A Milwaukee one, I've also got a Snap-on one. Both are great. So 8mm. So you can see how quickly all this is going with this auto ratchet. So what we're gonna have also, there's going to be, so these are 8mm up here on top. It's going to be 10mm. Let's go to the bottom, get this wiring out of the way. Try not to lose anything. It's always good to have a magnet close by. And if you remember, on the older vehicles, you're able to climb up in these front ends to work on your vehicle. And everybody complains that, oh, there's no room to do that in the new vehicles and stuff like that. Well, I'll tell you what, this V6, you've got plenty of room to stand in here. These off. So a couple 10mm right here in front, and then back here under the brake booster you'll have 2 more 10mm. Okay, now there is so you want a longer socket for these ones over here. You can get to everything really quick. You want a shorter one for right here underneath the wall. That way you don't get hung up in there. Okay. All these are locked into place, so they're not going to come all the way out on you. Also got a harness over here on this other side, getting 10mm. Holding it on over here. Alright. Let's pull it up. Pull it away. Alright, so there's your intake. Off already. The breather box tubing and stuff like that, that comes off in a matter of a minute or two. And then that's how long it took to take that off. Got a foam padding in here. Somebody's obviously had it off once before, maybe to do the spark plugs, because lo and behold, you have to take this off in order to do the spark plugs on the driver's side of this vehicle. So that being said, I'll go ahead and push that over to the side. Tuck that up under there because we don't need that in the way. Okay. All right. Now, there are all these pain in the butt clips, these coil packs, and the injectors. So you'll have fun getting all those off. There are little safety tabs on these injectors, little red safety tabs that you pop upward. Okay, sometimes they're a pain in the butt and dry rotted and everything else, which of course I'm gonna run into that with them being dry rotted. So okay. That one. All right, there are all those. I just disconnected the coil pack wires, injector wires on the driver's side. So that's done now. Okay. One right there. Okay. So on the passenger side, we're gonna get all these disconnected over here. Looks like somebody's already. Okay. All right, tuck these back out of the way somewhere. Okay. Because they are a pain in the butt when they keep coming over at you. So, tuck them out of the way somewhere. Cleared up area. Okay. Fuel line. You don't need a special fancy tool to get the fuel line off. Okay, when you take this fuel line off right here, you can see it. It's going to squirt a little bit of fuel. So, get a rag under it so it doesn't just squirt fuel down everywhere. Okay. Hang that up. All right. Now we get to work around a bunch of fumes, which is great. Just for so. Hope and pray there's no sparks in your auto ratchet. Yeah, that'd be nice and lovely. I'll tell you, I can't tell you how much time one of these tools saves you. do any kind of your own mechanic work, you need to get one, because time is money, and it will save you a ton of time. There's one on the very back. Let's see. All right, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 millimeters on here. Let me make sure they're loose. Same deal. They're not gonna fall out on you. Just need to make sure they're 100% loose, so we can pull it up. Now, a lot of people with their videos and stuff, they go ahead and pull the whole entire thing off, and the fuel rails off, and all the injectors and all this jazz. It's just a lot of work when you can just set this thing to the side and it works just fine. So that's already off. I'm just trying to find a good place to set it over to the side. So, okay. All right, and that's it. Now you've gotten to your oil filter housing. So, go ahead and show you guys what it looks like now. All right, that's what it is. Let's see down in here. Let's see if we can find a flashlight. What's happening is that up underneath there is filled with oil. We got to figure out if it's the seals, if it's cracked housing. Why is it leaking the oil? All right, everybody. So that's it. That was how to take all that stuff off to be able to get to that. Once again, you can go down there, unbolt that, and pull it out. That wasn't what the video is for, but if you're looking at it and you're like, oh my goodness, that's gonna take forever to do. It took a matter of, what, 12 minutes to do. So don't be intimidated by it. Y'all can do it, save yourself a good chunk of change. I think it's $1,200 to do this job in a shop. And if you buy a brand new housing, you know, a good OEM one, $200 or $300 or something like that. If you go a cheaper route off Amazon, you can get them for $86 to $120. And save yourself a lot of time. Now, if your housing is still good, you can do the seal replacement. I haven't ever done one of those. You might have good luck with just replacing the rubber little seals in it, but if it's dry rotted and brittle and old and you're doing all this just to get by cheap wise and stuff, you know, it's worth spending the extra money just getting a whole new unit, so you don't have to tear all this stuff off again. But if you're on a budget, trying to do it yourself, get the O-ring kit. I think those are like $20 or something like that. A little bit of your time. So that's what it is. Go ahead and hit the subscribe and the like button or what have you. I'm gonna start trying to do more of these videos everybody's telling me to do. Any comments or any suggestions for my videos or anything like that, let me know in the comment section. That way I can improve on everything for you. So we do all kinds of things. Normally I'm not doing a whole lot of mechanic work and stuff, although I do all my own mechanic work just because I trust myself and the job that I do on my own vehicles. It's not necessarily to save a buck, but it's hard to trust a lot of mechanic shops nowadays and actually have them do what they say they're going to do and do it properly. So the reason I'm doing all that stuff is I like doing it by myself. I'm trying to lean over here around the top of the truck, but we do all kinds of stuff. We build motorcycles, cafe racers. We'll you know, build race cars, go-karts for the kids. We do a lot of welding projects. So go ahead and subscribe. You never know what you're going to see on one of these videos. It could be doing some mechanic work one day. It could be, you know, building a go-kart the other day. It could be taking the side-by-side out and seeing what we can do, or building something like skid plates for the side-by-side or something like that. You never know. So go ahead and subscribe. Let me know what you like. Maybe we'll get some more videos. Appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.